Hello, I'm David Kerr and you are watching Shalom World News. Here's your latest news headlines from around the globe. Poland has introduced a near-total ban on abortion. The new law came into effect on Wednesday. It follows a ruling last October by the country's Constitutional Tribunal, which declared that abortion in cases of fetal abnormalities are incompatible with the Polish constitution. At present, 98% of all abortions in Poland are carried out on the grounds of fetal disability. With the implementation of the new law, abortion will be almost entirely banned across the Slavic nation. That move on the part of the Polish government has provoked violent opposition from pro-abortion movements over recent months, with Catholic churches being desecrated and public crucifixes and religious statues vandalised. The Catholic Church in England is accusing the country's National Health Service of failing to respect the basic human dignity of patients following the legally sanctioned killing of a Polish man who was in a coma. The man, who is referred to in Polish media as Mr. Sławomir, died on Tuesday after more than a week being deprived of food and fluids. May he rest in peace. Earlier this month, medics at the Derriford Hospital in Plymouth were granted court approval to withdraw assisted nutrition and hydration from Mr. Sławomir, who had been in a coma after suffering a heart attack in November. The president of Poland's Bishops' Conference, Archbishop Stanislaw Giedecki, described that legal decision as a death sentence by starvation. Now, the bishops of England and Wales have issued a statement praying that the manner of Mr. Slawomir's death would not be repeated in future, and that, quote, all those requiring clinically assisted nutrition and hydration will be treated with proper human dignity. The statement added that providing food and water to very sick patients, even by assisted means, is a basic level of care, and that this care must be given whenever possible unless it is medically indicated as being overly burdensome or failing to attain its purpose. Police in the Philippines are hunting the killer or killers of a 42-year-old priest who was shot dead on Sunday night. Father Rene Regalado's body was discovered on a road near the Malaybalay Carmel Monastery in the southern province of Bukidnon. The police were alerted after one of the priests in the monastery heard gunshots at around 7:30 p.m. In a statement issued the following day, the Diocese of Malaybalay say they are deeply wounded and saddened by Father Regalado's death and are praying that, quote, justice will be served to the perpetrators of this heinous crime. The Archbishop of Nigeria's capital, Abuja, has reiterated his concern about insecurity in the African country after 7 children and 1 man were abducted from an orphanage in the city over the weekend. The children and staff member belonged to the Rachel's Orphanage home in Abuja. They were kidnapped on Saturday at approximately 1 o'clock by a large group of armed men who had broken into the home. Police are still searching for their whereabouts. In an interview with Vatican News, Archbishop Kaigama voiced his concern that at present in Nigeria, quote, even the children are not safe. He added that he sees the authorities doing very little to remedy the problem and urged them to do more. Kidnapping has become a major problem in Nigeria in recent years, with gunmen carrying out abductions either for political reasons or to demand a ransom. Next Tuesday, we'll see the church across the globe pray for consecrated life. The term consecrated life refers to Catholics who have taken public vows of poverty, chastity and obedience and live in a stable state of life recognised by the church. That can include religious, such as monks and nuns, and also lay people, such as consecrated virgins. The special global day of prayer for those in consecrated life was instituted by Pope St. John Paul II in 1997. It coincides with the Feast of the Presentation of the Lord, also known as Candlemas. The feast day recalls that Jesus Christ is the light of the world, hence it's a day that witnesses the blessing and lighting of candles. This year's celebrations will be marked with Holy Mass in St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, which in recent years has been offered by Pope Francis. It will then be celebrated in parishes across the world on the weekend of February the 6th and 7th. A saintly Venezuelan medic, known as the Doctor of the Poor, is to be declared blessed by the Church this April. Born in the Andean state of Trujillo in 1864, Jose Gregorio Hernandez went on to become an eminent pathologist, scientist and teacher. He was especially known for his fearless service to the poor of the city of Caracas during the Spanish flu pandemic which followed the First World War. Dr. Hernandez often treated the poor free of cost, visiting their homes and providing medicines in return for his patients' prayers. He died in 1919 after being hit by a car. On Sunday, the Archdiocese of Caracas took to Twitter to announce the beatification of Dr. Hernandez. It follows the approval last year of a miracle attributed to his intercession involving the miraculous healing of a young girl who had been shot in the head during an attempted robbery. Finally, the official musical anthem of World Youth Day 2023, to be held in the Portuguese capital of Lisbon, has been released. This is it. It's entitled There's a Rush in the Air, a reference to the theme of the next World Youth Day, which is, quote, Mary arose and went with haste. That's taken from the Gospel of St Luke. The winning song was chosen from more than 100 entries. World Youth Day was established in 1986 by Pope St John Paul II. He described it as a day of hope for young people. It was first celebrated at the diocesan level in Rome that year. The following year, 1987, saw the first International World Youth Day take place in Buenos Aires in Argentina. Well, that's all for now. Do join me next time for some more news headlines from across the globe. Until then, may God bless you. Shalom.